For the function that's given, we're looking for where the function crosses the horizontal asymptote. So to find the horizontal asymptote, we need to take this and multiply them out. So on the top, this is going to be 6x squared minus 24x. On the bottom, if you multiply this, you FOIL it, you get x squared. And then minus 5x plus 6x is plus 1x. And then minus 30. Now, this form is good for finding zeros. We know we have zeros where the numerator is 0. So that's at x equals 0 and x equals 4. And it's good for finding vertical asymptotes because we have vertical asymptotes whenever the denominator is 0. So there's a vertical asymptote at x equals 5 and again at x equals negative 6. So if we were going to graph it, we would put those on first. Now, that's not how you find the horizontal asymptote. If you take the limit as x approaches infinity, which is what you're trying to do, is finding out as x gets bigger and bigger and bigger positive and bigger negative, does this thing ever settle out to a single line? And when you have a polynomial on top, this is of degree 2, and a polynomial on the bottom, and it's the same degree, then the way you look at this is you divide everything by x squared. So this becomes 6 minus 24 over x. And on the bottom, this becomes 1 plus 1 over x minus 30 over x squared. And if you take the limit of that as x approaches infinity, 1 divided by infinity is 0 because 1 divided by a huge number is pretty much 0. So that goes to 0. 30 divided by infinity squared is 0. This should say 24 divided by x. Sorry. This should say 24 divided by x. Anyway, and 24 divided by infinity also goes to 0. So in the end, you're looking for the limit as x approaches infinity of 6 over 1, which is just 6. So we have a horizontal asymptote at y equals 6. And so our goal now is to find out what x value that is. So if we know y has to be 6, we set our f of x, our 6x squared minus 24x over x squared plus x minus 30. That's y, right? F of x is y. And if y has to equal 6, so then to solve this, I multiply like a fraction, cross multiply, and I get 6x squared minus 24x equals 6 times x squared plus x minus 30. Now, if you look on the left side there, you can factor a 6 out. So this becomes 6 times x minus 4. This would be x squared minus 4x. There we go. Right? If you just factor out a 6, you get x squared minus 4x, which is what we get if we just multiplied the x into here. We'd have 6 times x squared minus 4x. And that means that our 6's can cancel. If I divide this side by 6 and I divide this side by 6, now I just have these equal 1, and 1 times anything is just the anything. Now I have x squared minus 4x on the left, and I have that equals x squared plus x minus 30 on the right. Well, if I subtract x squared from both sides, it goes away. So this is gone and this is gone, and I have minus 4x equals x minus 30. So if I subtract x from this side and subtract x from this side, I end up over here with minus 5x equals minus 30. And then I just divide both sides by minus 5. So the x value that corresponds to create the y value of this function being 6 is that x equals minus 30 over minus 5 is 6. So the point where they meet is at 6, 6. Now, I took the liberty of graphing this, and I'll show you that this works. I want to go to a Chrome tab, which is this Desmos. And here's the function in red. It's the one you were given. And here's the asymptote at y equals 6. And then if you look here, this point where they meet is at 6, 6. And that problem is solved. Thank you.